My name is Michael Simons, and I'm a professional realtor here in Playa, Hermosa, Guanacaste, Costa Rica, known as the Papagayo. I've been a full-time permanent resident since 2003, and I'm licensed with Costa Rica Guanacaste Association of Realtors. Nobody works harder for their clients than I do, and nobody sells more real estate than I do. I've helped thousands of people purchase an investment property or relocate to our little paradise. I will answer all your emails, I will answer all your questions, and I will be there for you, not just to sell you your property, but after. And most important, I'll become your friend. Hope you join us. Obviously, all of Costa Rica is a beautiful country, but not all of it is somewhere that you want to live. As a matter of fact, the majority of Costa Rica is very remote, very underdeveloped, national parks, beautiful, beautiful rainforests, but not necessarily where you want to live. Unless, of course, your goal is to run a little butterfly farm up in the jungle or something, the majority of people want to live near the beach. The Papagayo area makes up Playa Playas del Coco, Playa Hermosa, and Playa Panama is the most beautiful area in the entire country, and we have the most beautiful beaches. But there's more to it than that. And it goes back a long, long time. It actually goes back into the 80s. In the mid-80s, the government of Costa Rica wanted to find one area that they could make the focal point of tourism and foreign investment. They wanted to develop an area in their country where the foreigners could come, vacation, live, have a great time, spend their money, and go home. And they looked all over Costa Rica, and they picked this area in the Northwest Pacific, known as the Papagayo. The Papagayo means the parrot, the Gulf of the Parrot. That's that big, beautiful bay that's behind us. They say that because as you look around, you will see hundreds, if not thousands, of beautiful parrots flying through the air and landing in the trees. They picked the Papagayo area for three very simple reasons. The first reason is this part of Costa Rica has the very best weather. Most of Costa Rica, 70% of Costa Rica is technically a rainforest. Keyword, rain. It rains a lot in the rainforest. Now that's great if you really like living in the rain. Personally, I like the sunshine, and so do most people. This area of Costa Rica is actually the only area in the whole country that has a dry season. From December through April, we don't get one drop of rain, not a drop. We're very much like Southern California with almost no humidity. Perfect, perfect weather. June, July, August, September, November, we're like Florida. We have about 15 to 30% humidity, rains 3 days a week for about an hour or two. Literally every day at about 3 o'clock, and you can set your watch to it, the clouds come in and we get that beautiful afternoon tropical shower. October is our one rainy month where we get 50% of our annual rain in 1 month. It's still beautiful, we just get a lot of rain in that particular month. But most of Costa Rica has 11 months of Octobers and 1 month of some normal weather. That's why people come here, is because of the weather. The second reason everybody wants to move here is because this is the only area in the whole country that has no surfing. None. Why is that important? I'll tell you. It's not that we're anti-surfing, it's just that where there's surfing, you can't do anything else. The waves in Costa Rica are some of the biggest in the world, second only to the north shore of Hawaii. That's great if your name is Kalamalamala and you're a world-class surfer. Most of us are not world-class surfers. Most of us, as a matter of fact, can't surf at all. And we surely can't surf 6, 8, 10-foot waves. Most of my clients are a little bit older. They've had knee replacements, back surgeries, hip problems. And a 6 or 8 foot wave can knock you over pretty easy. Many of my clients have little kids or grandkids. Obviously, it's very dangerous for a little 2-year-old to be playing where there's a lot of surf. It would be very bad for business at all the resorts if the tourists were getting sucked out to sea with big undertows and big waves and drowning. And there are actually a lot of drownings in the other parts of Costa Rica. If you look over my shoulder here at the bay, you'll see it's almost like a gigantic lake. Very, 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 very calm. Here, we can do everything but surf. We have the best snorkeling. We have the best scuba diving. We have unbelievable sailing. We have whales, literally, that swim right up into the bay. You can go out on a catamaran. You can do the stand-up paddleboard. You can jet ski. We have a marina. You can't have a marina where there's 6, 8, 10-foot waves. Some of the best fishing in the world is right here, a few minutes off of our beaches. We're talking 600, 700-pound marlins. I have a buddy that goes out fishing every single day. He comes back 5, 10, 15 sailfish in one day. The fishing here is incredible. So, we have the best weather, we have the best water, and what really put this place on the map is the Liberia Airport. I don't know if you know the history of the Liberia Airport, but the runway was built in the early 80s. It was actually built by the CIA and Oliver North when we weren't running guns to the Nicaraguans. And when that whole thing blew up in our face, that beautiful runway sat, and it sat for 20 years. 20 years. And then one day in the early 2000s, a big group out of Hawaii announced that they were going to build a $500 million Four Seasons hotel. And that hotel was the catalyst that put this place on the map.
Come on down, baby.